He used it as a protein substitute for people whose teeth were so bad they couldn't chew meat. Nice. The best peanuts for making peanut butter are runner peanuts because they're uniform and roast more evenly than peanuts that vary in size. They arrive at the peanut butter factory already shelled. To make a 500-gram jar of peanut butter, it takes 565 grams.
Wow.
That's about 1,100 nuts. The nut...
See, everything in this universe has its own size, look, you know what I'm saying, taste. Like peanuts just have a certain, it's its own characteristic. Peanut is different than all different other nuts.
Travel through a hot air roaster, heated to 204 degrees Celsius.
See,
the shaking motion
they cook them good.
Moves them around so they roast evenly. More than 3,600 kilograms of peanuts go through this roaster every hour. When they come out,
I heard that. That's not even a lot.
They've turned from white to light brown.
See, some things that's littler, they take more time on. Like when we go down here to this honey, I guarantee you it take fucking mad long to make a lot of it. Especially if it's real. Because none of this shit is really real. We jumping down to a lower frequency today for y'all to understand that all of this shit right here, technology got y'all beat. Technology on all of these videos is doing more than half the work. You think they can't fucking figure out a software to make the whole factory do it all on its own? They do this shit with water already because water is billions of dollars.
Next, they're fast cooled at room temperature using suction fans that circulate air quickly. This rapid cooling process is critical. It halts the cooking and prevents the
See what I mean when I be talking about Coca-Cola and all of that? Did y'all let us see where it came from before this factory? I don't think so.
Peanuts from losing too much oil. Next, the peanuts go through a machine called the blancher. It removes the outer skins by rubbing them.
The outer skins. Y'all remove that. Why? Why y'all remove those? Because those is probably. What do y'all do with those after?
Between rubber belts. Then it splits the kernels and removes the heart of the peanut.
So the machine is doing all of that, splitting the kernel, removing the heart of the peanut, the skins.
Which has a slightly...
That's what I'm saying. Shit like this can't be done by a human. You think a fucking human will be able to sit here and kernel these all by their fucking self? You gonna need 100,000 fucking people to just do fucking one bag of peanuts.
Bitter taste. But what's...
Come on, get fucking real. This is a simulation we in.
Discarded doesn't go to waste. The skins go to farmers for pig feed, and the hearts go into bird feed. Which has a...
You see this shit?
A slightly bitter taste. But what's discarded doesn't go to waste. The skins go to farmers for pig feed, and the hearts go into bird feed.
Why would they put... You see how they did that? They give the birds a separate... They give them a specific part of the peanut for a certain purpose, because they give the chickens the heart of the peanut.
Which has a slightly bitter taste. But what's discarded doesn't go to waste. The skins go to farmers for pig feed, and the hearts go into bird feed.
Told you, but it's something, it's a reason why they do that. That's why he said that. But I'm telling you, it's a specific reason why. Almost everything in the world you see in front of you got an agenda to it.
The peanuts land in a big stainless steel container.
See, I'm really glad I watched this because I'm going to tell you right now, I eat so much trail mix That's what I'm saying. I eat so much trail mix. Like, I have to eat trail mix. Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? Being a vegan is good to just try to eat oodles and noodles and things like trail mix. Just like if you really feel like you need something. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't need nothing. Angels is strong. We strong. This why y'all gotta share the fucking videos and shit. Get y'all page popping. This y'all page. This is what I'm trying to tell you. This is for all y'all to pass around this good knowledge. Cause everybody know this the realest fucking knowledge. It's real. You're not really here. You heard it in the other video. Don't make me go show y'all because he told you. Even though we're here, we can't really ever really touch anything. Go watch the Vsauce video. Right at the end, he said it. Even though we're here, we can't really touch anything. And that's what I'm saying. So why y'all can't understand that I'm the smartest? Because this shit right here is getting left on here for y'all to spread around. Y'all got to understand. Share it. People are going to understand.
From there, they drop down into the grinder to be ground.
You see all the stuff that these machines are doing? They don't need y'all at all.
Into a paste. At this point, the other ingredients go in. Salt.
What other ingredients? Because they always put some type of white powder in it. Like, I feel like, all right.
Sugar and a small amount of hydrogenated vegetable oil.
All right.
Which acts as a stabilizer to keep the peanut oil from separating and floating to the top of the jar. Peanut butter contains no artificial colouring or artificial sweeteners. It has no preservatives either, yet doesn't need to be refrigerated.
See, something like that, you can't even have humans around it because when you're stirring up something that's liquid, hair could be anywhere.
The peanut butter is finally
Learn life.
ready. The mixing.
Y'all like to be in these restaurants letting people handle y'all food and shit. They be going to the bathroom with the gloves on, touching the door handle, touching themselves, and then they come and use the same fucking gloves. What the fuck?
Has heated the paste to
You know how many burgers people ate like that?
60 degrees Celsius, so goes through a cooling system to bring it down to 38 degrees. Now, it can go into jars.
That's why I hate fast food. I don't even like nobody touching my food at all. Like, if it ain't like my bitch cooking it for me or some shit, then I'm not eating it. No. I barely want to eat a fucking salad from Wendy's. I mean, I don't.
Peanut butter is a healthy...
Just because it came from Wendy's, you get it? It came through their energy. I'd rather go buy fucking lettuce and pull it apart and eat it.
Protein-rich food with plenty of vitamins, minerals and fibre. It has no cholesterol, but it does contain fat. The good news is that more than 80% of that fat is unsaturated. In other words, good fat that may actually help lower certain cholesterol levels in the
Is all those jars dusted out and rinsed out good? Because how long was they sitting around?
blood. The bad news is that that fat is unsaturated. In other words, good fat that may actually help lower certain cholesterol levels in the blood. The bad news is that the rest of the fat content...
There's always some bad news. There's always some bad news. They can never tell you nothing good without it just being good news.
is trans fat or bad fat. It comes not from the peanuts themselves, but from the oil that's used as the stabilizer. If you want to avoid that, you can eat all natural peanut butter, which doesn't contain a
So we was watching this for no reason, because this shit is not even natural.
stabilizer. You'll just have to stir the peanut oil that collects at the top of the jar. Once the jars are
All
filled
right, because they don't stay together, because they must not supposed to fucking be together.
with peanut butter, they go through the capping machine. The caps have an aluminium seal inside.
Aluminium? You mean aluminum?
As the caps pass through a heat machine, the seal drops down and adheres to the top of the jar, creating an airtight seal.
If only there was a place nearby you could get one of these. Or these.
It is the product of one of the most intelligent and industrious of creatures, whose miniature society is one of the most sophisticated in the animal kingdom. It's been used in religious and pagan celebrations.
See, a lot of everything is been in religious, pagan, and different kind of celebration. Why would oil or honey be something that they use in a ritual? Like, why? That sounds like some shit you use with your bitch.
And its medicinal qualities have been known for centuries. It all begins in a field where worker honeybees suck nectar from flower blossoms.
You think that's really happening? They sucking the nectar from honey blossoms? I don't think so.
Such as clover. They store it in their honey sac, then return to the hive where other worker bees
They store it in a honey sac.
suck it out and chew it, breaking
They suck it out and chew it. You really think these fucking bees is really doing all that?
down the nectar's complex sugars into two simple sugars called glucose and fructose.
Fructose. Let's hear this guy again. He sound like he's putting spells and curses through.
Then return to the hive where other worker bees suck it out and chew it, breaking down the nectar's complex sugars into two simple sugars called glucose and fructose. The bees then deposit the nectar
So y'all, they must be giving y'all fructose all the time.
into the cells of the wax
Cause y'all mind is fucked.
honeycombs they've built. They fan it with their wings until most of the water content evaporates in the warm air
They do all that with their wings? Really? It's windy outside. I don't see nothing blowing the wind but God.
of the beehive. What's left is thick and gooey honey. The bees then
Really? Thick and gooey honey? How do they even handle that?
cap each
They fucking arms is about the size of your fucking hair.
honey-filled cell with beeswax.
Alright, so why y'all there? Y'all the one making it? I thought they just make that shit on their own.
That's when the beekeeper steps in. Bees will sting
See, that's the problem right there, beekeeper. This shit ain't natural then, because y'all holding on to their life. You get it? Y'all making their life real by y'all fucking with them. Why they can't be flying around in a simulation and not existing?
if taken by surprise. So
Because they only exist because you need to see them because you want honey.
the beekeeper sprays the hive with smoke from burning pine needles.
Wow. Y'all don't even let me, y'all can't even let me let this shit flow without even me being able to say shit. Y'all sprayed them for what?
That's when the beekeeper steps in. Bees will sting if taken by surprise, so the beekeeper sprays the hive with smoke from burning pine needles, a scented warning that foreigners are about to enter the hive. Inside the hive are wooden frames hanging side by side, each
Wow, do y'all see that? That shit look like the movie fucking Candyman or some shit. So many fucking bees.
holding a honeycomb. A hive can house hundreds of thousands of bees, all descendants of the prolific queen bee. The queen bee lays up to 2,000 eggs per day, creating the workforce needed to feed
Yeah, she's the one that puts y'all niggas to work. You get it? You see the queen over there in Britain? She lays the eggs and have y'all niggas do everything?
and protect the colony. But the beekeeper tricks the colony's defense. The queen bee lays up to 2,000 eggs per day, creating the workforce needed to feed and protect the colony. But the beekeeper tricks the colony's defenders. He replaces the hive's cover with a device called a bee escape, which smells like cherries. Bees dislike the scent, so most fly to the
So bees wouldn't like the smell of cherries? That don't make... Maybe in a word, I guess. Okay.
bottom sections of the hive. another warning spray, and the beekeeper
That just don't look right to me. When you're a vegan and you don't eat no meat at all, I know a million people in this world gonna think I'm crazy. But if I was one of those bees, I wouldn't want to live in that fucking box. I would want to be able to go all around this fucking world wherever I could while I got that short ass life. Because that's fucking crazy. Y'all got them boxed in like a fucking generator box.
removes the bee escape. Now,
That's torture. It's torture to me. It's torture. I don't give a fuck if it's a bee. I got 2-3 morphs flying around in my fucking house right now. I want them out, but I can't do nothing because you ain't supposed to be doing that shit.
he can escape with the honeycombs.
Every bug is a test from God. I hope you know, because there's other guards that could smash your ass in 1 second. So you gotta always pay attention to that.
Inside the honey factory, they put the honeycomb frames on what's called an uncapping machine.
See, and me, niggas playing with my honey too much. You see what I'm saying? How much they gotta do to that by hand and shit too?
Like a razor, it shaves off the wax caps of the honey-filled cells of the combs.
That's what I'm saying. We don't get nothing real. You couldn't just snatch a big ass honeycomb off the tree and at least just take it from the bees and crack it open and make honey. Cause this shit right here, y'all could have planted a whole forest of bees and grabbed the, you know what I'm saying? Just take the hives and then bring them all in. I don't know. My honey would cost $500 fucking dollars, cause that's what I would do. Get a whole forest that got the beehives, and I use them beehives, and I'm only selling a certain amount of them every fucking year. That's it. Cause this is fake honey.
They scrape off the remains manually.
It's not fake, it's authentic honey, but they can make straight synthetic honey. They can straight go to the lab and make this shit.
Then they set the frames on another machine called a honey extractor. It spins the honeycombs until all the honey is forced out of the cells. Afterwards, they filter
See, that's too much.
the honey to remove any pieces of wax that have slipped through.
Any pieces of wax or bees or anything, because there's no way y'all can keep that shit fully fresh. Y'all gonna have to clean it. Y'all gonna have to make it clear to a clear, as clear as gel.
Then the honey is ready for bottling. Some beehives contain smaller frames designed to produce honey that isn't extracted from the honeycomb. Workers remove the frame and cut the
That shit look good because it ain't meat. That's the only reason.
honeycomb
it
into
look good.
pieces with a heated knife. This seals the wax around the honey inside. This wax is edible.
That wax is edible. I wouldn't want to eat it.
The beeswax lining of the honeycomb goes to make candles, furniture polish and lipsticks.
It goes to make candles, furniture polish, and lipstick. All things that you shouldn't have in your body. Wow.
The beeswax lining of the honeycomb goes to make candles, furniture polish and lipsticks.
I told you, they never waste nothing. Shout out Mag Bam. Come on.
When producers have more liquid honey than they can sell, they simply let it granulate, where it develops sugar crystals that turn hard and white. Then when
Oh wow.
orders come in, they return it to its original liquid form by heating it to 130 degrees Fahrenheit. The jars are vacuum cleaned, then filled. One beehive can yield over 3 kilograms of honey in a single day.
That's not a lot.
That's much more than the bees need for themselves. The surplus is what we end up eating.
Alright, but if y'all take it all, don't they die?
One beehive can yield over 3 kilograms of honey in a single day. That's much more than the bees need for themselves. The surplus is what we end up eating. Honey production today is both efficient and humane. For centuries, the only way to harvest honey from hives had been to kill the bees. Then in 1851, an American beekeeper invented a way to get the honey yet spare the bees. His method, with the removable honeycomb frames, is the one we still use today.